Welcome to the Nourish and Restore podcast with me, Nina, and my awesome friend, Nicole, where we bring all things nourishing and restorative to you, your body, mind, and soul. A chance for you to enjoy simple tools to help you live a happier, healthier, and more peaceful life. Join us in conversation as we explore our interesting theme for today. Good morning, my friend. How are you today? I am Nina Sachs from Nourish and Restore podcast, as you may know, and I'm here today with my awesome friend Nicole Panzer. And I am excited to hear what you have to share about fear with us today.
Hi, everybody. Lovely to be back with you all. And after the amazing insights, tips, and tricks from Nina last week, I would like to add that fear, as we discussed in our previous talks in the intro and last week's talk with Nina, fear does come in so many different patterns and so many different sizes and so many different ways, that ultimately all of it reacts the same way in our body. As I was saying last week, if you have a fear of speaking to people, how does your body react? As you get up on stage, you see all the people, you start to tremble, you start to shake, you're nervous, your body tightens up, whether it's a fear of meeting new people, of going out or changing schools or starting a new job, whether it's a fear of being in the jungle at night because you got lost and now you need to find your way home. All of it is a state of us not being in control. So our body is losing control because of something from the outside that we don't know, that we're not familiar with, and that is bringing us a sense of fear. I also mentioned this last week, is really being in the state of connection to ourselves, really knowing who we are and moving forward from there, whether it is, okay, I have to do a speech in half an hour. Sure. I mean, thinking about it now, I would also say, okay, wow, that's, I'm not one to speak in public. But knowing me, knowing the topic, knowing what I'm going into, gives me a sense of calmness. So when I connect within to myself, I know who I am, I know the person that I would like to present, or the kind of person that I would like to present, or be, and move forward from. So kind of really find that state of calmness within and groundedness and moving forward from there, I find really, really helps on a daily basis. Knowing that you are an amazing being, an amazing soul on this planet, your path of discovery on sharing your wisdom with people around you, whether you're doing it that Nina and I are doing it here, or other people are doing it in a public sense, or whether you are just doing it to your colleagues at work. We all have such a light side of us. We just need to remember it, and we need to know where we come from. And then we can pretty much overcome anything in our life. Nina also mentioned last week that the opposite of fear is excitement. So yes, if you are starting a new job and you're scared of your boss and you're scared of your colleagues, be excited. Wow, I'm meeting another person that I can look up to, your boss maybe. And wow, I'm meeting a whole lot of new work colleagues. I mean, how awesome. And possibly, coming from different backgrounds and different cultures, and just bringing so much more light and value into your life. So by really being able to reassess the situation and being able to catch yourself maybe in the state of fear and saying, okay, yes, I am fearful because I've never traveled to India before. But wow, look at the different cultures, look at the different things I can do and the different food types I can try. So my tips are: ground yourself, connect with yourself. If you don't yet know who you are, then move into a practice of learning all about yourself, whether that practice is moving into Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, meditation, even through art and music, you can learn about yourself. And then once you can connect to yourself and your inner wisdom and strength and guidance, being able to use those tools to move forward through the state of fear into, hopefully, and possibly into a state of enlightenment and experiencing the wonders that this world has to offer through different eyes. And tip 2 is to, I think I've just put all 2 of those in there, is to connect to yourself, to move in through excitement. And I suppose the third one is to just see the fear as a warning bell. Once again, it's just a warning bell saying, hang on a second, there's something on your periphery, there's something outside of you that is about to happen or busy happening that needs your attention. And it's interesting, I have to just tell a little story quickly, is that sometimes when things like this happen to me, I almost feel like I have an inbuilt robot inside of me that almost goes, okay, hang on, let's tune into this, reassess it, let's scan through it, let's see what the dangers are, if there are any outside dangers. And your body very quickly starts to assess the situation and very quickly starts to bring you ways of dealing with it. It's just teaching ourselves to pull ourselves back out of the situation so that we can see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my sharing with you. One can always go into these kind of things on a deeper level. Nina was also mentioning last week the fear of spiders, the fear of dogs. If you have those fears, I would always suggest for you to move into a visualization with yourself where you slowly see yourself coming closer to the animal, slowly visualizing yourself actually, not being in fear, but being in a state of peace in that environment. Otherwise, I can also, offer you to simply find a kinesiologist in your area and have a session with them, or connect with me and we can have a session. Kinesiology is a great way to reprogram our nervous system. So often we associate the fear of, for instance, I was scared of spiders. And when I did a kinesiology session to overcome that fear, I realized that it wasn't actually of the animal, right? So when you see a spider, that's fine. I don't mind seeing a spider. No matter what size, I'll probably like, oh, I have respect for you. But once that spider starts running, I start running. And the connotation between the two was the scurrying away was what was causing me fear. So it's very interesting what lies behind the aspect as well. So there are always different ways for us to then dive a little bit deeper if it's something that has a little bit of a deeper hook inside of it. So I hope those tips and tricks have helped you today. Let us know if anything has changed for you from trying out any suggestions. Said, more than welcome to contact both Nina and myself for deeper work at any time.
Yeah. And like kind of like Nicole, kind of like what you're saying, and just to wrap up, is kind of like with your tips, you were saying that grounding is so important. And from our last podcast series, kind of like doing any of the practices in our base chakra series would be really good. And the same that you were chatting about with kind of like having this intuition, like kind of like knowing and listening to the body. So listening to those two sequences or sets of podcasts, I think could be really helpful to our people. And like you were saying, if anyone wants to work deeper through a specific fear that they have, to maybe contact you and like look at, okay, how can I do this energetically using kinesiology? And then like you were saying, kind of like with me, if you feel that you're just out of rhythm and out of sync completely, then how I'm able to help you with getting into rhythm again, with the work that I'm doing. So we both have loads of resources of yoga and things like that are free for everyone to tap into. There's lots on our podcast channel and our website. So yeah, nothing to be feared about. There is help out there. All you need to do is ask for it, and we can definitely guide you in the right direction, or you'll be able to find it with everything that we do offer. All right. So anything else you have to add to that?
No, I think that, no, not at all. Just be open-minded, open-hearted, centered and grounded, and life will be beautifully presenting itself to you. Sending you all so much love.
Namaste.
Namaste. Have a nourishing day.
Thank you for listening to Nourish and Restore podcasts today. To find out more about Nourish and Restore, visit our website or Facebook page, nourishandrestore.yoga. For more information on working with Nina Sachs, visit www.yogaa.co.za. And to work with me, Nicole Angelica Panzer, visit www.lov-me.com. Links will be in the show notes. We look forward to catching up with you next week. Namaste and have a nourishing